All right, friends, we're gonna get started right away in a child's pose. Please come towards the back of your mat, bring your big toes to touch, separate the knees a bit, rest your arms in whatever way is comfortable. Could be back by the sides, could be out in front of you, might be supporting the forehead, whatever feels best in this moment. Allow the eyes to close or soften, and begin by inviting a slow but deep breath in through the nose. A very gentle exhale out of the mouth. Start to find a soft and steady breath in and out of the nose here. Maybe an ujjayi breath, that gentle rumble at the back of the throat. So Sun Salutations involve the body, of course, but also the breath and the mind. And we use this breath to really anchor the mind's attention to this very moment. And oftentimes our minds are either in the past or in the future. So can you use the feeling of the breath, perhaps the soft sound of the breath, to bring your attention to this very moment? One more deep breath in. Stay for the breath out. Crawl your hands forward. Make your way onto hands and knees in a tabletop position. Stack your shoulders over the wrist, hips over your knees, gently spread the fingers. Let's take some cat-cows. As you inhale, draw the heart forward and up, slide the shoulders back. Exhale, reverse, round the spine. Again, inhale, arch, open the front body. Exhale, round, open the back body. Take a couple more rounds on your own, starting to move with your breath. And it does take practice to start to link the body with the breath. So don't force it, but see if you can inhale right before you arch your spine. Exhale right before you round your spine, so the breath is leading you. Breath first, movement comes after. Just practicing one thing at a time. And then come back towards center. Walk your hands forward about 2 to 3 inches ahead of the shoulders. Make sure your hands are really shoulder width apart. Wrist crease is parallel to the top edge of the mat. Notice which finger is facing forward. When your wrist creases are parallel to the short end of your mat, this is the finger you want forward for down dog, plank, chaturanga. Tuck your toes under, push your hips up and back, downward facing dog. In your down dog, glance back at your feet. Make sure they're hip width apart. Make sure your inner heels are hidden behind you. If you feel the low back rounding at all, take a bend in the knees so you can send your hips higher. Press down through every knuckle, every fingertip to push your hips up and back, getting longer from the fingers to the shoulders to the hips. Relax the head and neck, the eyes, the jaw. One more deep breath in here, push back. Exhale, drop to your knees. Lower your elbows, your forearms to the mat. If you've taken my class before in person or on this channel, you probably know where we're going. Make sure your elbows are no wider than shoulder width apart. Slightly tip your pelvis backwards, almost like we're doing cow pose, to lengthen the tailbone towards the heels and draw the low belly up and in. And now step back to a plank on the forearms. Catch your hips shoulder height. Plug into the ground with your big toe mounts. Reach your heart forward as you push back through the heels, as if there is a wall behind you and you are pressing your heels into the wall. We want to use the legs just as much as the arms. Press your thighs up towards the ceiling. Do that as you lengthen the tailbone down towards the heels. Press into your palms, your forearms, your elbows. Push the floor away from you. Feel the shoulders spread across your back rather than wing out. Keep lifting the frontal hip bones up and in towards the front ribs, and lengthen the tailbone to the heels. So this is what we want to feel in plank and chaturanga, our low plank. No trace of a back bend in the lower body, but broadening across the collarbones by reaching the heart forward. Almost there. Take one more deep breath in. Exhale, lower all the way to the belly. Point your toes. Slide your hands back by your low ribs. Press down through the tops of your feet. Inhale, lift your head, your chest, your shoulders, baby cobra. Now make your hands as light as possible. That way we're using the muscles in our back to lift and open the chest rather than relying on our arms. Spin your inner thighs up towards the ceiling. Do that as you firm the outer ankles in. Keep squeezing your elbows in. That'll help to roll the shoulders away from the floor, and keep the gaze just slightly down, just so the back of the neck is long. Find your breath. Every exhale, press down through the tops of the feet. Every inhale, lift and open the chest. Slightly lengthen the tailbone to the heels. That way we emphasize the back bend in the upper back, not the low. Take another deep breath in. Keep the height of your chest. Place your hands down right under your elbows. Always option to stay with baby cobra. If you want a bigger back bend, come to upward facing. Shoulders must be over the wrist. Lift the thighs, but let the hips drop. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, downward facing dog, hips up and back. Take a long breath in. Stay for the breath out. One more inhale, come high on your toes. End of your exhale, walk your feet to your hands. Reach your chest forward at the top, slide your shoulders back. Exhale, folds. Press up to stand, raise your arms to the sky. And exhale, arms by your sides. Come to the top of your mat, find your mountain pose. Big toes touch, little space between the heels or feet about hip width apart, whatever feels best. Press down through all four corners of your feet, reach the crown of your head up. Now we'll start taking some Sun Salutation A's together. Feel free to lower to the belly or lower halfway chaturanga. Feel free to take baby cobra on the belly or upward facing. Do what feels best for your body. Do what your body needs today. From Tadasana, inhale, raise your arms to the sky. Exhale, fold, hinging at the hips, maybe a soft bend in the knees. Inhale, reach the heart forward, slide the shoulders back. Plant your hands beside your feet, step your left leg back. Right leg back, plank pose. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, chaturanga or to the belly. Inhale, upward facing dog or baby cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog, hips up and back. Now we breathe, take about 5 or so breaths here. Press down through every knuckle, every fingertip, send your hips high up towards the ceiling behind you. In particular, press into your thumb and index finger, the inner part of your hands. Do that as you spin your inner arms forward and wrap your outer arms in. Send the hips high up towards the ceiling behind you. Take one more long inhale here, push back. End of your exhale, feet to your hands, step or hop forward. Lengthen at the top. Exhale, folds. Inhale, rise, reach your arms to the sky. Exhale, arms by your sides. Back to Tadasana. Again, inhale, raise the arms. Exhale, fold, hinging at the hips. Inhale, rock the weight forward and your feet reach the heart forward. Plant your hands beside the feet, step the right leg back, left leg back, plank pose. Deep breath in. Exhale, lower. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Now I will start to instruct that classical vinyasa with chaturanga, up dog, down dog, but take the poses that make sense for you. That could be cat-cows. That could be child's pose. That could be baby cobra instead of up dog. That could be plank or chaturanga with the knees down. Make it a practice of listening. What does my body actually need today? Not just what do I do out of habit. One more long inhale. End of your exhale, feet to your hands, step or hop. Heart forward at the top. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise, reach the arms to the sky. Exhale, arms by your sides. Let's do that again. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, rock forward, heart forward. Plant your hands, either step to plank or hop to bend elbows, chaturanga. Come through your vinyasa. Move with your breath. And we'll meet in downward facing dog. 5 or so breaths here. Always make sure your hands are shoulder width apart. Wrist creases parallel to the top edge of the mat. Make sure your feet are hip width apart and parallel. If you feel the low back rounding, of course, take a bend in the knees so you can send your hips higher. Get longer from the fingers to the shoulders to the hips. One more long inhale here. End of your exhale, feet to your hands, step or take a hop. Lengthen at the top, reach the heart forward. Exhale, folds. Press up to stand, Utthita Hastasana, reach the arms up. Exhale, Tadasana, arms by your sides. Let's go again. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, folds. Inhale, rock forward, heart forward. Plant your hands, step or hop, Chaturanga. Come through your Vinyasa. Can you inhale right before one pose? Exhale right before the next. Deep breath in. Stay for the breath out. Press your chest towards your thighs, your shoulder blades into the chest. Do that as you soften the front ribs in so that down dog does not turn into a back bend, especially the more open your arms and shoulders start to get. One more long inhale here. End of your exhale, feet to your hands, step or hop forward. Reach the heart forward at the top. Exhale, folds. Inhale, stand up, reach the arms to the sky. And exhale, arms by the sides. Let's do one more Sun. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, heart forward. Exhale, Chaturanga, step or hop to bend elbows. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. From your down dog, come high on your toes, lift your heels. Step your right foot forward and lower the back knee to the mat. Rise up to a low lunge, Anjaneyasana. Root down through your front heel. Try to lift the front hip off your thigh and lengthen the tailbone down. And the more you do that, the more you'll start to open the front of the left hip. Now reach your arms a little higher. Lift the back ribs up and off your waist. Move the front ribs down. One more breath here. Exhale, lower your hands to the mat. Tuck your back toes. Lift the back knee. Spin the left heel down, make about a 45-degree angle with your back foot. Make sure your heel to heel are wider. Rise up to warrior one. Bend the front leg deeply. Press into your outer back heel and push your left thigh back. Make sure there's absolutely no bend in the back knee. Stamp down through the right heel to lift the low belly up and in. One more inhale here, reach up. Exhale, hands to the mat. Step straight to downward facing dog. Inhale, come high on the toes. End of your exhale, step your left foot forward. Drop the back knee. Rise up to a low lunge. Lift the frontal hip bones up towards the front ribs. Lengthen the tailbone down. Spin your inner arms back and wrap your outer arms in. Reach up a little higher. One more breath. Exhale, hands to the mat. Tuck the back toes. Lift the back knee. Spin the back heel down about a 45-degree angle with the back foot. Be heel to heel or wider. Rise up to warrior one. So warrior one's a challenging pose. The front of the right hip in this pose has to be quite open. Push the right thigh back. Make sure there's no bend in the knee. Root down through the front heel as you bend that front leg and try to lift the front hip off the thigh. One more inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands to the mat. Step to downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. Stay for the breath out, keeping that warmth in the body. One more inhale, press back. End of your exhale, feet to your hands. Lengthen at the top. Exhale, folds. Press up to stand, raise your arms to the sky. And exhale, arms by your sides, mountain pose. So now we'll take 2 rounds of Surya Namaskar B, adding in that warrior one. Moving with the breath. Inhale, bend your knees, raise your arms, chair pose, Utkatasana. Shift the weight into the heels and the hips. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reach the heart forward. Plant your hands, step or hop to bent elbows. Come through your vinyasa. Your vinyasa could always be coming straight to down dog. And then from down dog, step the right foot forward, cheat it to the right. Spin the back heel down, be heel to heel or wider. Rise up to warrior one, bend the front leg, push the left thigh back, reach up, lift up and out of your legs. Exhale, hands to the mat, come through your vinyasa. We'll meet in downward facing. From down dog, step the left foot forward, cheat it to the left, spin the back heel down. Inhale, rise up, warrior one. Bend the front leg, push the right thigh back, reach up. Exhale, hands to the mat. Come through your vinyasa. And we'll meet in downward facing. Take a long breath in. Stay for the breath out. Come back to that steady breath in and out of the nose. Send the hips up and back. One more inhale here. End of your exhale, feet to your hands, step or hop forward. Reach the heart forward at the top. Exhale, folds. Bend the knees, raise the arms. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, press to stand, Tadasana. One more sun B. Bend the knees, raise the arms. Inhale here. Exhale, fold forward, let it go. Inhale, rock forward, reach the heart forward. Chaturanga, step or hop. Come through your vinyasa. Make it a breathing practice. From your down dog, step the right foot forward, spin the back heel down, be at least heel to heel. Rise up, warrior one. Reach up, look up, maybe touch palms. Exhale, hands to the mat. Come through your vinyasa. From down dog, step the left foot forward, cheat it to the left, spin the back heel down. Rise up, warrior one, reach up, look up, maybe touch palms. And exhale, hands to the mat, come through your vinyasa. Taking the poses that make sense for you. Moving at your speed with your breath. Make it that body, mind, and breath practice. Deep breath in through the nose. Stay for the breath out. Another inhale here. Full breath out. A deep breath in. Deep breath out. Take one more inhale. Exhale, drop to your knees. Child's pose. Take about 5 or so breaths in your child's pose. Feel the effects of your practice settle in. The effects of linking breath with movement, using the breath and the postures to anchor your attention, moving consciously, step by step, focusing on the process rather than the end result. If your breath got a little short or shallow, see if you can deepen the breath, even it out a bit. And then as you're ready, roll up so you're sitting back on your heels. Find a comfortable seat. Allow the eyes to either soften or close. Rest your hands on your thighs. In your seats, really plug your sitting bones into the earth. Try to lengthen the spine. And keeping the lift, the openness in your chest. As you inhale, bring your palms together in front of your heart. Exhale, lower your chin. Bowing to both the student and the teacher within.